Hey, it's Professor Rigatoni here to talk about all the science of pasta. You are listening to PastaCast with Professor Rigatoni and Mr. Marinara. Why don't you introduce yourself, Mr. Marinara?
I'm Mr. Marinara. Obviously, I'm still working on a doctorate of my own. Sadly, there is
You have the masters. You have the masters in pasta sauce.
I have the masters, but I don't have any officially recognized degree in sauce sciences. They call it the soft sciences. They're the soft sciences. I call these the sauce sciences.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's still something I'm petitioning multiple institutions. I'm trying to get, sauceology recognized as a true science, because there is a science to it. There's science that goes into making that perfect sauce, let me tell you.
Oh, it's the sweet science.
So far, it's the food sciences, but, so far I've been called a crank, a fraud, that I need to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've heard charlatan thrown around.
Charlatan, buggerer. I don't know where that came from. It has nothing to do with that. But
it's the British. It's the British.
It's the British. I'm getting that from the British mostly, and I ain't ever even been there. Obviously, I'm Italian. Why would I go to Britain? What do they got? They got beans. They got toast. They got those sausages made out of blood. Why the fuck do I want that?
No,
that's not sausage. Blood sausage. Get out of here.
Dr. Rigatoni, Professor Rigatoni, not approved. What you gotta put oatmeal in a sausage casing with a bunch of blood? Call that a meal?
Disgusting.
That's breakfast? Get the fuck out of here!
Fuck out of here. You know what? Italy was also in World War II, but we don't eat like we still are in World War II. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
We lost World War II.
Right.
Britain won.
Right.
And they eat like they're under siege. They act like they're still getting shelled from the Nazis. But what? Meanwhile, Italy, we got the sauces, we got the cheeses, we got the meats, we got everything you could ever want. Look at us. We eat like kings. You would never thought that we would lost World War II. You never would have thought that.
Right. Oh my, how things change.
Things change more, they stay the same.
This is Professor Rigatoni signing off, and welcome to Soy Trek. My name is Britton.
Ew. And I am Pat.
And we're here to talk about some Star Trek Enterprise today. How you doing, Pat? What's going on in the house?
I'm doing good in the hood. Just working, just driving the forklift every day.
Yeah.
My mind.
How's it feel to be forklift certified?
It feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like that sets me apart from other men, where I have I have a certain sort of if there's a tiered system, I am clearly above most people.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I should deserve more benefits than current military or military veterans. Honestly, I think I'm above them, and
yeah. Forklift drivers are braver than the Marines, in my opinion.
They are.
You don't get
some shit with that thing.
You don't have shit to protect yourself. They don't give you a gun, right?
No,
not
at all.
They don't give superior firepower and backup support. Come on, you're just there driving a fucking forklift. Honestly. Dangerous warehouse ass shit, man.
Exactly. Also, I'm outside. I'm getting stuck in mud. I'm having to get pulled out of mud.
You're driving a forklift in mud
out there. Yeah.
Wow, off-roading that forklift.
We drive it outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go outside, get things.
Cool.
We do have one that's like solely for the inside that I actually like driving more just because it can zip around a lot faster.
Oh yeah,
I like that one a lot.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, did you know that we have a Patreon?
I did actually.
Yeah, it's way over there at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. That's
patreon.com/dumbidiotbs.
And that's kind of the umbrella corporation for all of our podcasts. We're a corporation. We got the Media Dungeon. We got Prison Breakdown, of course, Soy Trek, which you're listening to. We got my wife, Dumb Idiot Bullshit, and Getting Head of Bucket Cast. Over 500 episodes in total. I think probably near 600 episodes now. In total, because we do 2.5 episodes a week for the podcasts in general. So that's quite a bit of content, That's 10 episodes a month.
I would factor a guess that we have done more podcasts than Mark Maron. Like I don't don't try to fact check me on that.
I don't think
it's
that's
something
true
that
at
I
all.
believe.
No, I mean,
it's something that I believe
especially
deep down.
Especially not you, because you came in at like halfway point, brother. Like I personally have done more podcasting hours than Mark Maron. I'm saying that now. Sure, I believe that. Actually, by the hour, because some of our early episodes are like the Star Trek 5 episode is like 4 hours long. It's like some of our episodes are incredibly long, and like
exactly
we go over a lot of fucking shit.
Yeah, so eat shit, Mark Maron. We've done more podcasting than you.
Yeah, suck my dick, Mark Maron, please. I want to feel that mustache rubbing up against my smooth, clean body. No, I don't. Lock the gates.
No. Lock them. Do you think Mark Maron's in the I always thought it was funny. He was in the Joker movie. Mm-hmm. And we don't really see what happens to his character. He just plays a very small character. And so does he return? Did we see what happened to him? Does he return in the new Joker movie, you think?
I don't know. I haven't seen the new movie yet. I'm probably going to see it, though, as soon as it comes to streaming, just because it's supposed to be very bad. And I like bad films.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, I heard the new Crow movie was bad. Everyone told me it was bad, and I rather enjoyed it.
It was kind of bad, though.
I was Crokerfied, and I'm ready to be re-Jokerfied with the new Joker movie.
Okay. You're just gonna be the outlier, like the one person who's like, you know what? I thought it was actually better than the first one. Like,
yeah.
So
get ridden out of those a polite society on a rail.
So you can get on our Patreon. Well, for $2 a month, you can just help keep us editorially independent and ad-free. And you can also be part of the voting system. You get to vote on either what Star Trek or what movie we watch for the Media Dungeon every single week. You get all of the episodes all at once instead of having to wait for them like other people. You get all the episodes in one place, so you can listen to all of our newest podcasts immediately in higher quality than they are elsewhere. Gosh, there's a bunch of little benefits, but for $5 a month, we give you a shout out and say thank you to people just like our good friends over at the Hate Speech Podcast: Asher Pliskin, Robert Yolito, Seb, Anthony Cabrera, Shane Sawyer, Nick Savard, Kyle Simmons, Jormore, Gursky, Gabe Siciliano, Jose Martinez, Awful Star Trek Drawings, Papa Poison, DJ Robinson, Nathan G, Former Twink, Luna Dahlia, Elizabeth Hearn, Jordan Hale, Dylan Lance, Danny, Phil McCavity, Vinny, Abigail Simpson, Iggy, Ethan Adams, D. Riker, Star Trek Enjoyer, 7 of 9, SFC Punk, Gillian McCrary, Skeptic, Lockphenile, Sam Mayo, Shane Williams, Shrimp God, Jody, Teddy, Beeflig, Dandy Leone, Electric Baphomet, and our good friend Professor David Crating Sites. Go check out David's book, A Different Trek, and check out our interview with David on that book. It's quite wonderful. I think you'll enjoy it. It's one of our more academic things. Not a ton of dick jokes in that one, but I think a good interview nonetheless. It's a couple hours long. It's pretty dense and intense. Dense and intense.
And it was also intense because it was recorded inside of a tent.
That's true. We did. We somehow got Zoom working in our tents while we were camping, and we recorded a podcast in tents.
Intense.
Yeah. So for $10 a month on the Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs, you get access to
the Media Dungeon,
which is my private server. I run it here from my home. It's got over 20,000 films. It's got over 1,700 shows. Folks, I got so much fucking server storage space. I've got, 140 terabytes approximately of storage that I'm running now, which is so much fucking storage for all my shit. And it costs a lot to keep up with and stuff. So this is to help pay for my server costs. And in return, I say thank you by making you my friend and on a little app. And you get to stream my stuff. It's great.
Little app.
Yeah. So for $20 a month, you get access to merch, which I just sent out monthly merch orders. Those should be fun, and I'm going to send out some more soon too, because those were the ones for September. So sorry. So yeah, sorry to those folks, but I had to get some stuff together, and I've been working a lot. But those folks are always so understanding, and also the mail takes time anyway. So you never know when you're gonna get some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we got on our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. So please check that out. You'd appreciate it.
Give it a little shot.
Give it a little wishy-do. Let's get into some Star Trek, yeah?
Get into that Star Trek.
Get all up in that Trek hole, baby.
Give me that Trek hole. Give me some of that star in that Trek, baby.
You ever star inside someone's Trek? Like Raw style?
You know what? I think I have.
like Raw style. That's gonna be my. I'm like, hey, can I hit it? Like Raw style.
Imagine it's like the Play-Doh toy that you get, and like it has a star shape, and so then you just push the Play-Doh out, and it becomes in the shape of a star. That's that's star style.
Give it to me, star style, baby. Let's just go to a brothel and just like, get someone and lie down on the bed. I'm like, I want it star style. And I'm like, what? Give it to me star style. You should know.
Yeah, I'll also just go to any kind of restaurant and order something animal style and see what it is. That'd be great. If that large was pizza animal style.
I want to live in a universe where that's like a universal rule. Like In-N-Out Burgers is so dominant that like people just always carry a bottle of their special sauce. So if someone asks for something to be animal style, you just go to fucking a nice steakhouse and be like, yeah, I'll take the filet mignon, medium rare, medium for the fat, and animal style. Like,
make it. Just see what they come up with. You know, every single person might have a different interpretation of what animal style is. So
right,
you go to Red Lobster, and like I'll take the lobster animal style, and you know it could come out with like a whole bunch of like Cheddar Bay biscuits crumbled on top. You have no idea. It's just like, you know, I think that's like, you know, it's like just make it nuts. I'm looking to eat in a way that'll hurt myself and make me depressed.
Like it's like asking like, what's the worst thing you can do to my food? Like like besides like spitting in it, like what? Just make that shit like inedible trash, but in like a delicious way, you know?
Yeah, anything that will shorten my lifespan by 10 years after eating it. Like, that's how I want my food to come out to me.
Yeah, like, do you have any trans fats in the back that you can just stick in my food? Just make it objectively worse for me.
Just like the Cheddar Bay biscuits are just like soaked in that butter, and then just like slopped on top of it, and then they just put a whole bunch of like random shrimp tails on top. Just like, why the fuck not?
Hell yeah, shrimp tails, baby. People who don't eat shrimp tails, like,
we call that animal gumbo.
People who don't eat shrimp tails like bother me. I mean, like, you know, vegans bother me in general. So all y'all,
oh yeah, of course,
because you don't eat shrimp tails. But you know, like people who like refuse to eat like fried shrimp tails. I'm like, why don't you eat the tail? It's like fried and it's crispy and good. And they're like, nah, you don't eat shrimp tail.
Yeah.
No, you can. You totally can.
I've never had shrimp in my life.
Never had shrimp. Have you ever been shrimped? You ever had someone suck their cum out your asshole?
No, unfortunately.
No, I've been looking.
I have done shrimping when I was in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's a move. It's like a real exercise called shrimping.
When you eat your cum out of another dude's asshole? That sounds like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to me. Yeah, that was a big
part of that.
That sounds like most of the MMA gyms I've been to, yeah.
They kept insisting it would make me better at Jiu-Jitsu, but like maybe it did. I don't know. Like I had to take a shower every single time. It really stunk in that place, in that dojo. So I was just like,
I bet. No, like yeah, MMA dojos are all stinky. So stinky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of dudes sweating with each other.
Just like, just getting felched, and I'm just like, okay, well, if this is gonna help me grapple better, okay, all right.
Tramp.
It's called shrimping, Patrick. Use the proper terminology for it. It's called shrimping.
Hell yeah.
Also, actually, like shrimping, I think is also it's like sucking on toes. That's what it is. Yep. Come on, you're talking to Featrick Toey here.
No, there's two of them. It's either to suck on someone's toes or to use a straw to suck the cum out of someone's asshole.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. Yeah.
I always liked it when I was in high school.
You think I wouldn't know?
Make stuff up.
You think I wouldn't know about that shit, man? Come on, man. I know about all that weird shit.
We came to it through both of our own experiences, where I, of course, associate it with foot stuff.
Right. And I, of course, associate it with cum stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
Felch lives.
Felch lives.
with Chevy Chase, yeah. The Chevy Chaser.
Oh, Chevy.
Chevy Chaser. There's a character for you. Well, yeah, I like heroin, but I also really like trans women. It's best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's a porn plot that basically writes itself. I think you got something there.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It could be just called Felcher Lives.
Felcher Lives with Chevy Chaser.
With Chevy Chaser, yeah.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about some Star Trek today, actually.
Oh yeah.
So we're here to talk about Star Trek Enterprise, Season 4, Episode 18, In a Mirror Darkly, Part 1. But actually, that's not the title of it, but it is Part 1 of Part 2. But we're only going to talk about the first part today. So, it is the 18th episode of the 4th season of Enterprise. It first aired on April 22nd, 2005. So, pretty soon after my 17th birthday. Is that right? Yeah, 17th birthday. Right? It was written by Mike Sussman, who was a writer for Voyager who came on board Enterprise with Rick Berman. He wrote 11 episodes of Voyager and 22 of Enterprise, making him one of the show's most prolific writers. Some of his credits include Voyager's Unimatrix Zero Part 1 and 2, Shattered, and Author, all great episodes there. Also on Enterprise, he wrote such episodes as Future Tense, Strange New World, Home, and The Augments. So, dude is a prolific writer. He's written some good shit. Then, in the director's seat, we have James L. Conway, who directed 18 episodes of Star Trek from TNG to Enterprise, all iterations. Some of his credits include TNG's The Neutral Zone and Frame of Mind, DS9's Duet and The Way of the Warrior, Voyager's Death Wish and Innocence, and Enterprise's Broken Bow and Judgment. So even though this guy didn't do a ton of episodes from each series, he only did like 5 or 6 episodes in each series. Like, he's got at least like 1 or 2 fucking bangers, like iconic episodes. Yeah. Like, he did Duet, dude. And Duet is like, I fucking love Duet from DS9. That's one of my favorite episodes. That shit makes me cry time. Yeah. So, oh yeah, by the way, this is the 93rd of 97 episodes produced in Enterprise, so they knew that the ship was going down at this point, and this was the final season when they kind of went like balls out. It is the
This does seem like it's like a don't give a fuck episode.
Right, kind of. Yeah, it's like, we're just gonna do an action movie, kind of. An action thriller. So it is...
And then have everyone acting like completely insane.
Yeah, it is. Everyone goes off the fucking rails. It's pretty funny. So it's the 722nd episode of Star Trek released overall. So, you ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
All right. In Bozeman, Montana, on April 5th, 1963, a spaceship lands, much to the surprise of the town folk. And it's the motherfucking Vulcans, baby! They reuse some shots from First Contact, like very obviously, like the quality's different. But
yeah.
In this universe, Zephram Cochrane blows the Vulcan away with a shotgun, and they steal their ship. And they totally shemp this shot. Like, they don't show his face at all when he's using the shotgun. I'm like, God damn it! This is like so obvious what they're doing.
And I do love how they bring back the First Contact theme too. It's just like it's very inspiring. And then ends completely different. Also, like, I think that it kind of just like shows how pretty much in the mirror universe, basically the only thing that's really different are just like humans, because like for the most part, it seems like Vulcans start off having the same exact intentions with humans as they did in the Prime universe as they did. It's just like, but then they go, and of course Zephram Cochrane blows them away, and it's hilarious.
Cool.
I think it's great. Great fake out.
It was actually kind of fun, except for the fact that it was like, I don't know, kind of cheaply edited together, that it was obvious that they were just like using footage from First Contact that they had the rights to. So, but then we have one of the best treats, I think, in the entire series. The only time we don't have to hear Faith of the Heart. So they have an intro at 1 minute and 30 seconds here that's like, it shows a bunch of scenes from like the mirror universe and just like war and torture and shit and violence, and it's playing like a triumphant war song instead of showing like the achievements of humanity like it usually does. It shows like the achievements of the violence of the Terrans from the mirror universe.
I think they kind of fucked up at this part, because I think they probably should have had Faith of the Heart, but like
in a dark way. Oh, that'd be so. Or like a metal cover of Faith of the Heart, like. Oh, that'd be fucking sick. I've got faith of the heart. Hell yeah!
It's just like, and it'd been, that'd have been so sick.
Yeah, that would be pretty rad.
They could have commissioned. I mean, Varg, who was probably in prison, he probably would have done it. Burzum, I think, probably would have been the best evil.
No, thank you.
It's like, oh well, we need like a racist. We need a racist guy to make a terrible cover of that song.
If you need a racist guy who's alive at that time, I'd use Seth Putnam instead from Anal Cunt.
No, yeah,
he's a much more entertaining type of racist.
Yeah.
So we open on a captain's log, Captain's Star log rather. January 13th, 2055. We've left Gorlin Station, and we've set a course to rendezvous with our assault fleet. Major Reed and the Doctor have asked for a few minutes to show me their latest project. So we're aboard the ISS Enterprise, and this is now, like, very obviously in the mirror universe, after the credits at least. If you've been paying attention, hey, this isn't a regular episode. We do things a little bit differently around here. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't your daddy's Star Trek.
Oh, no. So we're aboard the ISS Enterprise, and Reed and Phlox demonstrate their new invention of an agony booth to Captain Maximilian Forrest and First Officer John Archer. So the roles are a little flipped here.
I like how it, like, this is creating the lore, like, oh, it was Reed who invented the agonizer.
Right. I like that. Yeah. Using the booth on a Tellarite officer named Terev, the observers discuss attributes of certain torture methods. Although Reed is unsure why Terev is being punished, the Major believes all Tellarites are guilty of something, which probably are. I mean, we're all guilty of something, but do we deserve punishment for it? Probably, but only sexually and consensually. Ask for spankings from your daddy.
That's why they introduced Catholicism to Tellarites.
Yes.
So then he's just like, I belong in this booth.
That's a good idea. That'd be a totally different show if Star Trek was Catholic, like Catholic Star Trek. They'd just be like, their missions would literally be just like them colonizing places and being like, let me tell you about the good word of a man you don't know. And
I mean, that's basically what we did, like, the Inquisition and everything going, and also just like in the New World, it's just like, hey, your religion's wrong. Here's like this other religion you have no idea about.
Right. Here's the white man's religion. Mm-hmm. So, in a corridor, Archer reminds the captain of a proposal he made to venture into Tholian space, since Archer has received news of a technology there that would give the Terran Empire the upper hand against a rebellion. However, Forrest wants to help the Empire's assault fleet annihilate the rebels, as ordered by Starfleet. Although Forrest suspects that Archer wants to use the technology to attain personal glory, the first officer repudiates this. Archer's insistence on the plan influences Forrest to threaten the first officer with a place in the agony booth. Archer finally yields. And this is like, I think, where the acting like starts to go like completely off the rails, but I love it. Like, everyone is like hamming it up and trying to be like their most evil self, and like everyone's like, what if all of my motives were bad? And it's
funny, like, Scott Bakula is really trying to come off very cartoonishly evil, but it does seem a little funny because I don't know. I find Scott Bakula to
he's
be
so
endlessly
charming. I know, he's so charming, and it's hard for him to come off as evil, even when he's got like a guy in like a near rear naked choke. He's just like, I'm just like, ooh, daddy, like please.
Yeah. It looks like he's just hugging him really tight.
Yeah.
Because he definitely, like, Scott Bakula seems like the kind of guy that would just be like, you know, uh-oh, gets hug o'clock. You know, kind of guy.
Does he feel like a hug o'clock guy? I don't know.
Yeah.
So Captain Forrest is later reviewing work in his quarters when Hoshi Sato, who is endowed with the title that they have in the Mirror Universe of the Captain's Woman, which I love that that's like just a title. It's like an informal title on a ship, is the Captain's Woman. She approaches, eager to relax him. They kiss, and Hoshi remarks that she's likely the only person aboard that doesn't want to kill him, which she still probably wants to kill him, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's the captain's woman. Come on. Relaying a rumor that a recent battle with the rebellion at Tau Ceti went well, Hoshi plans that once the war's over, she will return to teaching students in Brazil, while Forrest will accept a desk job at Starfleet. However, he explains that the battle was much worse than she has heard, and implies that he is hiding the truth from the rest of the crew. Hoshi advises him to forget about the war and go back to fucking. So, Enterprise warps through space, and Forrest is making his way through the ship, closely followed by Mako. And the Mako, if you don't remember, they're like basically like military units for Starfleet.
Yeah, basically made after 9/11.
Yeah, it's pretty much like you can like, I mean, I think all of Enterprise was after 9/11, right? Except for like maybe the first few episodes, like it, because it debuted in 2001. Like,
yeah. But they specifically have like a 9/11 and universe. Yeah, like Florida's hit by by those people.
When
like they blow up Florida and Tucker and Tripp's sister dies.
It started airing 2 weeks after September 11th.
Oof.
I know, September 26, 2001. Right. That's wild. I can't believe they did that. Where they like, the people need something to let them heal. Like, I mean, they probably had it ready.
Here's Enterprise.
Yeah, God, that's insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like some of the first antagonists really were the Sulaban, you know.
All right, where were we here? So he's walking through the ship with his Mako, and they're ambushed by Archer and some Makos who are allied with him, including Major Reed in a turbo lift and Sergeant Travis Mayweather. Despite Archer ordering Reed to lock Forrest in the brig, the Major is intent on killing the imprisoned captain. Archer threateningly insists that Forrest be kept alive, so Reed relents. Next, we go to T'Pol, and she's got like long hair. T'Pol. It's a different T'Pol.
Yeah, long hair, low pants.
Right.
Like she's
like, not wearing like the bodysuit anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell like Rick Berman probably was fighting for this Mirror Universe episode because he's just like, what other sexy outfits can we put T'Pol in?
Right. Oh my God.
Because like, yeah. This thing's like her pants are set below her hip bones, basically.
Right.
And
no, it looking good though. I mean, she's like that classic like early 2000s hot girl where they can wear like the lowest cut jeans possible because they just don't really have an ass, which really isn't a thing anymore because like ass is desirable now. Everyone wants a big ass.
Ass is ascendant.
Yeah, ass is like a status symbol now, straight up. And so, they want that dunk. They want that dump truck, and so they don't invest in fucking bullshit ass little jeans that, just barely cover up your butt crack.
Mm-hmm.
So, T'Pol is sitting in the bridge's command chair when Archer and his Makos arrive. Archer seizes control of the bridge, and via a shipwide communication that is heard by Sato, Dr. Phlox, and a disfigured chief engineer, Tucker. He assumes command of the rest of the ship, claiming that Starfleet ordered not only his takeover, but also that he direct the ship on a vital secret mission into Tholian space. So he's, I don't know, committing mutiny here and going on his secret little mission. The one he's always wanted to go on, that he's been trying to get the captain to go on. So he assures the crew that if their mission is successful, Starfleet will crush the rebellion once and for all. Following the message, Archer tells a suspicious T'Pol that his orders were privately sent to him. He oversees the ship's change of course and orders T'Pol to help with the installation of a stored Suliban cloaking device, as it will be necessary to the mission. I didn't remember, I guess this is Mirror Universe, but I didn't remember anyone having cloaking device like this early, and I guess Klingons did, yeah? No, maybe? No, because they didn't meet Klingons.
Suliban were, getting technology and other stuff from that future benefactor.
Right,
it was supposed
true.
To be later to be revealed to be like future Archer.
Right.
But it never was. But so yeah, I guess that's where that cloak technology came from.
Yeah. So next we have a, acting or mutineered captain's log. Enterprise Star Log, Captain Jonathan Archer. The crew has accepted the change of command without incident. Chief Engineer Tucker reports we'll have cloaking capability within 6 hours. In the captain's ready room, T'Pol reluctantly accepts that Archer is in command. He shows her Zephram Cochrane's shotgun from a century prior, wondering what might have happened if Cochrane had not used it to kill the first Vulcan to set foot on Earth. Why would you do that? They obviously have superior technology to you. Declaring an act of war when you meet someone who has superior technology to yours is not a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get wiped the fuck out.
Obviously, I don't think the Mirror Universe honestly makes a lot of sense. They're all they all cross and double cross each other all the time. It's just I feel if they were actually functioning that way, and and also the fact that it always has to be the strongest that gets ahead, and so everyone is ruled by fear, and I don't know, I think it would self-destruct after a while. I don't think it would have made it to this point, honestly. Comparable technology to their counterparts. Right.
And that's the thing, is our technology can expand and grow, but it has to be proportional to the enlightenment of our human species. And that's why we are where we are and not in the Star Trek future like we predicted, is because we've gotten more right-wing and regressive and insular as a society and as a world, and I don't know, the internet has helped globalize things a lot, but at the same time it's also shrunk people's minds. It's made them fucking stupid.
We are in the Terran universe.
We are definitely in the Terran universe, and if the Vulcans ever come, we will shoot them with a shotgun.
Absolutely. That was I think the funniest thing. I could see if they were to land tomorrow, they would be shot on sight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They see what's happening to us right now. They land in Florida, trying to offer some sort of hurricane assistance. They go to they go to fucking Miami Beach, or any the Palm Beach or anything, and they just get a gut full of buckshot. Just you get the fuck out of here, you fucking alien son of a bitch.
Indeed.
Trump 2024. Trump 2024.
So, reminding T'Pol that she is also Vulcan, Archer asserts his authority. She lets him know that they have already entered Tholian-occupied space, as they frequently annex systems outside their core territory. Archer assigns her to search for a particular warp signature, and just as she is about to leave, he calls her back in with news that he is promoting her to first officer, explaining why he prefers to assign her to that position rather than Reed. And so we're just back to the same command structure as the regular show that you're familiar with. Just because. Finally dismissed by Archer, T'Pol exits. He meanwhile returns Cochrane's gun to its display. Little Chekhov's gun there.
Yeah, I mean, we do go back to typical like command structure, and it's just like, but gotta think about like T'Pol probably wouldn't be there, and Phlox probably wouldn't be there.
No.
Like, and also like it shows that they have a Tellarites on board, and also other Vulcans, so it just seems unlikely.
Right. It does. But they're like, we gotta pay the whole cast, so we might as well use them. I mean, T'Pol, they could have made T'Pol like somehow human. I don't know. So later, Archer promotes Mayweather to acting as the captain's personal guard. Mayweather's...
I do love how Mayweather is depicted to be evil. Like everyone else is like dramatically different, and Mayweather just has like a flat top and an earring.
Yeah,
it just shows like
that's pretty much it.
How evil he is.
It's a pretty cool look. I like his look like that. Yeah. So Mayweather starts to congratulate Archer on his successful mutiny, but the newly appointed captain cuts him short, followed by snarls from a hungry Porthos. Hoshi arrives and Archer dismisses Mayweather. Hoshi admits that she knows Archer didn't receive the orders from Starfleet, so he been lying.
Also, like, obviously, like Porthos in this universe is like a Rottweiler,
right?
Like, can you imagine having a Rottweiler? Like, Rottweilers are huge.
Especially on a ship like, that fucking small. That thing would be shitting everywhere, fucking everywhere.
Oh, my brother used to have a Rottweiler, and that thing got so massive and basically took shits the size of my head.
That's insane.
And it's just like, I can't imagine, like, all the shits are just going to be inside, and just like having to, like, what do you even do with that? Like, where do you take it?
Just flush it out the space lock, brother.
Just smelling like Rottweiler shit.
Right. Fucking. It's just like, just fucking like shit just flowing around the galaxy from that one Rottweiler. Just like you can trace Enterprise's path by the shit in your way, like,
They didn't have replicators where you could just put into the replicator and use it. They had to like jettison their poop everywhere, and it's just like you probably had like giant snow shovel in there, and they just had to be like, God damn it, Porthos. Like a beagle, I think, is bad enough. Like beagles are, we're big animal, big-ish animals, but still, it's just like having a full ass Rottweiler in there. It's absurd, totally absurd. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like Mirror Universe, they don't think anything through.
No, definitely not. So he shows a curious Hoshi that Forrest is still alive through an image of the brig on his desktop monitor, and says the former captain will remain that way as long as Hoshi cooperates. It's weird that they're still using like kind of traditional computers here, but all right.
Yeah.
Although she seduces Archer into accepting her continuance as the captain's woman, she pulls a knife out while they kiss and tries to stab him. But he disarms her as T'Pol hails them. And this is definitely a scene that Rick Berman's like, no, we need to take that again. No.
Yeah.
Again. Again.
Yeah, and some of the like throughout this whole show, it's like there was some shots that, especially when he's shooting like T'Pol and Hoshi, it's like you just expected them to like be like blinking in a certain way at the screen to send help. It's like, wait a minute, if you go back, I think she's using Morse code to say help me.
So T'Pol reports that Enterprise is approaching the warp signature that Archer was looking for, and Archer warns Hoshi to be in a better mood upon his return, which is I don't know. At this point, he knows she's trying to kill him, and she's with him against her will. And he's like, "Be ready for me later with that pussy." Like, I'm like, meh, meh.
Yeah.
So Enterprise drops out of wharf nearing its target, which is a Tholian ship manned by a single Tholian. Following a failed plan to tractor into the enemy craft and a subsequent brief exchange of firepower, Enterprise disables the Tholian ship. Its pilot starts to overload its reactor, but is beamed into Enterprise's Deacon chamber just as their own ship explodes. Acting on orders from Archer, Dr. Phlox begins to torture the Tholian by modifying the chamber's atmosphere. And this is, the CGI here, not great. It has not held up particularly well, but okay.
It definitely looks like something that you probably were fighting in Diablo or whatever at the time.
Probably, yeah. So the senior staff gather outside the Deacon chamber. Archer is initially startled by the Tholians suddenly appearing. He's interested to know where Tholians have taken a Terran vessel that they captured. Phlox tortures the prisoner until it admits that Archer's quarry is at an orbital facility in the Vinac system. The Tholian then starts using its own crystalline structure to transmit a distress signal, which I wish I could do this with my fucking skeleton. This would be fucking sick, right? Mm-hmm. Like, imagine if your fucking skeleton was like a fucking distress radio. That would be so fucking cool, dude.
God, I think everyone would just be like, if we could do that, everyone on Earth would just be like, everything. Like we'd have to be constantly shielding our ears, have earplugs in to just like, everyone's distress calls.
Yeah, just sound like cicadas and fucking like fire alarms with low batteries. Like,
but we just get used to the low hum of everyone screaming at all times.
I'm used to the low hum of the internal screaming, so,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So Archer lets his senior officers know that he would prefer to keep the alien alive, but unconscious until its information is confirmed. So they fuck it up. Working with T'Pol on installing the cloak in engineering, Tucker sees that she has a radiation meter from engineering officer Biggs. Since it will prevent her from absorbing the same kind of delta rays that disfigured him, because he's all fucked up. Discussion turns, much to T'Pol's discomfort, to a past experience where Tucker allowed her to relieve Ponfar with him, and he's like, "When does that happen again?" And she's like, "God damn it, shut the fuck up. We don't talk about that." So Tucker receives an electric shock from an overload sparking to the cloaking device. So Archer and Reed later inquire into the incident. The captain is insistent that Tucker prioritize the cloak's repair. Reed is suspicious of the overload that sparked Tucker, while a secretly knowledgeable T'Pol watches, but Tucker objects to Reed's Mako officers investigating. So, in the brig, Archer demands that Forrest identify the saboteur, believing it was a spy assigned by Admiral Black, but Forrest claims ignorance. Archer orders Mayweather on brig duty to search the captain's quarters for messages. Mayweather complies. Now alone with Archer, Forrest criticizes him of having always lacked ambition, and he's kind of a dick about this. So Archer fucking puts Forrest in a rear naked choke, citing his imprisonment as a sign he is incorrect, which is it's kind of like if you're so smart, how come you're fucking dead? Like that's good argument actually. Mm-hmm. So Forrest pleads for Archer to release him, claiming consequences of both freeing him and killing him. Archer throws him against a bulkhead and departs. In the bridge's situation room, Reed explains to Archer that evidence points to Tucker as being the saboteur. Tucker is later punished in the agony booth. In severe pain, Tucker claims he is innocent and threatens Reed for having implicated him, but Reed merely teases Tucker in return. Archer suspects Tucker is Admiral Black's spy, and despite Tucker insisting on the contrary, a distrusting Archer directs Reed to continue subjecting Tucker to torture. Tucker torture. And this is still like everyone is like really hamming it up in this. Everyone's so evil. They're being evil for evil's sake. It's very mustache twirly. This whole episode is a giant mustache twirl, which is kind of fun. So later in the captain's quarters, Archie and Hoshi have just fucked. The captain ensures Hoshi transmitted data to the fleet admiral, but only refers to it cryptically as an insurance policy. Archer then starts to suspect T'Pol of being the saboteur, and cannot locate her on the ship's computers. T'Pol, meanwhile, leads a successful rescue effort to free Forrest from the brig. 2 Vulcan companions of hers having a brief encounter with Archer, who escapes in a turbo lift. So Forrest and T'Pol retake command from the bridge, but find the ship is locked on course, which Archer personally confirms before sarcastically relinquishing command to Forrest. So we got Forrest back. Yay. Yay? Yay. I don't know. Do we want... I mean, both these guys are evil, right? Like...
Yeah.
Like...
It's like, yeah... Why are we cheering for either of them?
Yeah, that's maybe the problem with this episode is like, I mean, it's a fun like flex and exercise for all these actors, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, what does it matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with Archer having spent 10 hours in the agony booth, Phlox remarks to Captain Forrest that he is amazed by Archer's pain threshold, but the captain is reluctantly forced to release Archer from the booth. Forrest not only wishes to instead use it on Major Reed, but also privately informs Archer that Fleet Admiral Gardner has ordered his release, having been intrigued by the data Archer sent via Hoshi. The captain implies that the data pertain to Archer's plan to search for the captured Terran vessel. A seething Forrest lets Archer know that his betrayal is unforgivable and notifies Archer he is due to brief the senior staff in an hour about his plan. While Enterprise continues at warp speed, the senior staff are gathered in the briefing room. T'Pol cites the findings of the Vulcan science director as proof that alternate realities do not exist, but Archer says Tholians are a little more open-minded than Vulcans. He continues briefing the senior staff, explaining that after managing to open an interphasic rift in the parallel universe, the Tholians intentionally lured a ship through from the other side. Archer also reveals that he bought his information from a humanoid laborer working for the Tholians and shows the other officers some images of a captured ship. The assembled crew members muse over the significance of the craft, which Archer says is not only from another universe, but also about 100 years in the future. T'Pol strongly objects to the information, fearing it's a trap, and reminds Forrest of Archer's crimes, but Forrest insultingly interrupts her, adamant that they will investigate the ship, and instructs Tucker to get the cloak working before he exists. I mean, pretty much the Terran Empire is like just a place where like everyone is slightly more toxically male. Is that about right? I think.
Yeah, because they're all about domination, which again is like that's why like you know there's a captain's woman.
Right.
So domination and subjugation is basically like the main drive of the Terran Empire. I mean, they seek to conquer and destroy all non-human races. I
think the captain should be required to have a captain's man and a captain's woman, regardless of their sexuality. They have to have sex with both of them. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like he gets to pick one or the other or both, depending on his mood that day.
Hell yeah.
Or his or her mood.
Their mood. Right.
Or their mood.
Their mood. So while working on the cloak and engineering, Tucker becomes distracted by T'Pol's presence because she be wearing them pants. and vents his anger at her for having apparently falsified the evidence that incriminated him earlier. She explains that she seduced him away from engineering before motivating him by way of a mind meld, and it does like a flashback for this, and it's kind of funny and really hammy. To sabotage the cloak himself before using another meld to alter his memory of what happened. So they're just like making up the rules as they go here.
It's funny that she never used this power to get herself or anyone else to safety.
Right.
You think like this would be like and the fact that she's also admitting it to like one of the like Terran flunkies, just like fucking, someone like Trip in this universe is just like pathetic, and and he's just constantly put upon. So it's just like, you think that would be something he'd want to report to his superiors, like, oh, by the way, like Vulcans can alter our memories and convince us to do things we may not want to do.
Yeah, not remember.
That could be
either.
a concern on the ship. Like
a little bit.
Like anytime that she's alone with like the captain, she could be manipulating him.
Yeah, she just like she like is like he just remembers like enter. Oh, hello, T'Pol, and then next he's like, God, it smells like squirt in here. Why is there a towel on my bed?
How did both of my legs get behind my head? What's all this over my face? and then there's just like Polaroids, like there's like a video that just plays through the entire ship of them just self-sucking. He's trying to get free, but he can't get his legs from from behind his head.
So
it's like, computers, stop, computers.
So she states that she was duty bound to help Forrest regain command. Tucker warns that she will regret her actions, although T'Pol dismisses this threat. He calls the bridge and reports that the cloak is ready, so Forrest orders for it to be engaged. The ship at first encounters slight energy fluctuations, but then goes into cloaking. Soon thereafter, T'Pol is on the bridge's science station when Enterprise reaches its destination in proximity of a gas giant in the Vintac system. The bridge officers spot the captured ship in a dry dock built into a moon of the gas giant. The vessel is the Constitution-class Federation starship, the USS Defiant. Sound familiar? Whoa.
Yeah.
Which means, I guess, there was a Defiant before the Defiant, which I didn't know. So T'Pol briefs Archer, Tucker, Reed, and Forrest in the Situation Room, telling them that the Defiant systems, even that of life support, are all powered down. Those alive aboard the Defiant consist of 13 non-humans, including one reptilian. Although Tucker is impressed by the vessel's engineering capabilities, Forrest plans for Archer to lead an assault team to salvage as much as possible from the craft's databanks before destroying the ship, as the captain fears that the region of space is too dangerous due to the Tholian presence. Archer objects to this plan, but Forrest shuts him down. Moments after the others leave, Forrest instructs T'Pol to join the assault team, conspiratorially implying that he wants her to ensure Archer dies during the mission. Ooh, they ain't gonna get Archer fucking fucked. Who do you think should kill Archer? T'Pol? I think that'd be cool. Yeah, it should be T'Pol. Wearing environmental
T'Pol rules.
Yeah, we love T'Pol. Wearing environmental suits, the team, which now includes Mayweather as well, beam into a corridor to the Defiant to find that the Tholians have been gutting the vessel. The team also come across a dead human security officer lying beside a discarded phaser. Reed offers to hold the weapon, but Archer takes it instead, holstering it to the EV's suit's pants. On Enterprise, sedative that Phlox has been using on the Tholian pilot stops working, and the alien begins retransmitting its bodily distress signal. After the signal is detected on the bridge, Forrest contacts Phlox, ordering him to kill the Tholian. Doing so takes time, and Phlox becomes impatiently frustrated. He eventually succeeds in destroying the Tholian, but its communication has attracted the attention of 3 Tholian vessels that approach the Enterprise and start to hail the ship. The assault team, meanwhile, arrives on the Defiant's darkened bridge. They find 2 deceased officers there. One is a man wearing a command uniform, and Archer assumes he's the captain, and T'Pol reports he has a broken neck. With Archer's approval, Tucker begins attempting to repower the vessel. 4 more Tholian ships approach the Enterprise, and despite an initial attempt by Forrest to withdraw from the mission, the alien vessels are not only jamming communications between the pair of Starfleet ships, but also subsequently create an energy web that surrounds Enterprise. Forrest first tries to fire the ship's weaponry through the web and then maneuver out of it, but neither method succeeds, and Enterprise is motherfucking trapped.
It is gonna get blown the fuck up.
Yep. By them Tholian. Tucker's eventual restoration of power to the Defiant systems enables T'Pol to monitor Enterprise's situation. Moments later, Forrest orders the crew to abandon ship, but, much to Hoshi's concern, he chooses to stay behind in the hope that he might be able to buy the survivors some more time. Archer orders that the Defiant's weapons and engine systems are brought back online, and, with the help of Mayweather and Reed, he starts to remove the 2 dead officers from their positions in front of the command chair. Enterprise, meanwhile, launches its complement of escape pods, but many are instantly destroyed. Forrest holds out to the helm station of his dying ship, moments before the assault team watch through the Defiant's view screens as Enterprise explodes. That's the end of the episode. Enterprise explodes. The end. I'm not kidding.
To be continued.
To be continued. But still, that's a sick ending.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of this episode?
Like Forrest going down with the ship.
Yeah. What do you think of this guy?
I like it. Like, I think this episode is, it's novel. Like Mirror Universe episodes are always kind of fun. They let give a chance for the actors to just really just be nuts with it, because there's typically 0 consequences with it. I think like the most consequential Mirror Universe episode probably had to be the Discovery one, since it basically gave us Mirror Georgiou as like a main character, and of course another guy from the Mirror Universe was like the first season antagonist, but it's nice having and after a while I think the believability of the Terran universe kind of like wears thin after a while, but like I think it's good just like having little maybe like a 2-parter like this, like this small little
I feel
glimpse into.
It's a treat to the actors, because they get to play a different character after playing these characters for so long, which I'm all for, and it's a fun series of episodes. I mean, it's like it's not very high stakes at all, because like it's the Mirror Universe, and I don't care about all these evil people. There's no antagonist or protagonist. They're all basically antagonists. Like.
And of course, like I'm guessing probably going to watch the next episode, the complete next episode for next week.
No.
What?
No.
Oh my God.
No. Nuh-uh. We're not gonna. No, we probably will.
Not gonna do it. Yeah, but just like I mean, since it is just like a one-off basically. Yeah, it's like once they all start getting killed off, it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fun little treat.
Yeah. We enjoy it. It's a fun couple episodes. This one's really fun. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Solid 7. Yeah, it's not
I
perfect.
Enjoyed it.
It kind of just throws you into the episode, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm. I like the fake out and beginning. Mm-hmm. They went so far as to actually change the theme song, and even though it should have been like some ridiculous heavy metal type song or something like really evil,
or get Hank 3 to do Faith at the Heart or something like that. Just like make it dark sounding, right? That's all you need to do.
Yeah, do a dark wave Faith of the Heart.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Just do a little something, but like, or even just like if they just like slowed like the Faith of the Heart down a bit, so it just sounded like I've got faith of the heart,
like a night corver.
I've got faith of the heart.
Yeah, see, that sounds evil. And they could have just done that. That would have been funny.
Yeah, that would have been cool as fuck. Yeah, but pretty good. I'd actually recommend watching this one. This is one of the better season 4 episodes. It's like it's one of the season 4 episodes that's like needly militaristic, but there's an actual reason for it. Like
exactly.
Seasons 3 and 4 of Enterprise are just like needlessly militaristic. Because it was like during the ramp up and like the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's like the politics in the show very much reflects like the politics at the time, and it's like needlessly weird and jingoistic and very just like might makes right. Starfleet is correct about everything, kind of stuff. But it's like, but usually that's just with the regular crew, like, and so it's weird when like the Terran Empire episodes come on and it's only slightly different, you know?
Yeah. Like I like they tried to make it very, very weird, very, very funny. And just everyone was just like chewing scenery for every single thing, you know. Tucker he's like a weird goblin man who's like scarred, and everyone's great. I like it.
Indeed. Well, I guess that's a good place to wrap it up.
I think so.
Yeah, if you like this podcast, we appreciate you listening. Please go like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And of course, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. That's patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. Stands for bullshit, but also stands for Brit and Straw, which is my name. What's your name?
Whoa. Pat.
Cool. You've been listening to Soy Trek. Thanks for hanging with the Soyagers.
Yeah. Thanks for trekking with us, soy boys, girls, and other lily beans.
Hang dong and shocker.
Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy,
soy, soy, soy,
soy,
soy,
soy, soy, soy, soy, soy, soy, soy,
na 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 na